If you're taking Ozempic for weight loss, you may want to hear the other side of it's going to help you lose weight. You see, no one talks about the real side effects. These are real side effects that I've seen in clinical practice, and I'll share them with you today, specifically about how it impacts your gut, the chances of weight gain, especially if you stop taking it, and how it impacts your muscle, which is connected to your metabolism, how you age, and so much more. And again, the thing is, as a registered dietitian that's worked with thousands of people with this medication, I've seen this firsthand. But first, for those of you who are new, my name is Naria. I'm a functional gut health registered dietitian who's worked with countless people with gut health issues and metabolic health issues. And I want to share the other side of these GLP-1 drugs that I've seen in clinical practice, specifically how I've seen most end up worse after taking them. And I want to share my beginning experience with these medications. You see, when these medications first came out, I remember these companies coming into clinics and saying, hey, we have this new amazing medication. It's finally going to help individuals who have diabetes, who have obesity, who've been struggling with weight loss for years. And this can even prevent them from having maybe other problems or needing bariatric surgeries and so forth. So I thought, oh my gosh, amazing, because I always want to see my patients succeed. I hear the spiel and I was thinking, oh my gosh, amazing. Let's give these a try. For this first year, guys, I can tell you that countless people started to take the medication, the GLP-1 medications. They would talk to me. I would think, okay, this is a perfect person struggling with obesity for 10, 20, 30 years. Let's try the GLP-1 medications. And that's how it went. So for the first year, I thought, okay. And I saw they were taking the medication. They were able to get it refilled at the pharmacy and they were starting to lose the weight. Well, let's say the first 4 to 6 months. I keep track of body composition goals very, very closely. But then I started to review the body composition with them from month 1 to month 3 to month 6. Usually I do it every 3 months. In severe cases, maybe I'll do a little bit more. And what I saw was they were losing a ton amount of weight. So the patients would come so happy. Noria, I lost 10 pounds. I lost 20 pounds this month. And I'm like, okay, but are you following the diet? Are you being active? So many time, friends, I would get, no. I haven't had a chance to be active. I haven't had a chance to focus on my protein goal. I'm like, this can't be good. You've lost 20 pounds in how long? And you're not even walking. You're not even doing strength training once a week or once a month. Can't be good. I would review the body composition goals. And friends, I'm not lying when I tell you that majority of this weight was their lean body mass. And I would explain to them, you're not losing the right weight. You see, we need to focus on losing the body fat. The body fat is pro-inflammatory. The lean body mass is going to help you when you age. It's going to prevent those fragile bones. It's going to help your metabolism. It's going to prevent insulin resistance. You see the connection here? We want the muscle. Some of them weren't maybe believing it or prioritizing the physical activity in the diet. Well, moving forward, the pharmacy started to run out. And I'm sure all of you remember, especially those of you who have taken it, the pharmacy started to run out. So then they come to me and I'm like, okay, you gained like 5-10 pounds in like literally 2 days. What is going on? And I started to hear, Naria, the pharmacies aren't having it. The pharmacies don't have it. I'm not taking it. I'm like, okay, medication or not, how is the diet? Because that is literally what's going to matter. That's literally my first question at them. How is your food choices? How is your protein, your fiber, your physical activity? First three questions, period, for everyone. I'm not asking, let me record your diet real quick. No, I mean, your weight. No. How's your protein? How's your fiber? What's your physical activity routine look like? That's literally all my questions right now. Well, the pharmacies didn't have the medication. It was months. I think it was like 8 months, even like some for a year. Some couldn't even get a hold of it. Well, the thing is, friends, guess what happened to these individuals? Not only did they gain the weight back, so if they lost 20 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds more, not only did they gain it back, but they gained extra. And most of that weight didn't come back where it was in the originally. Most of it came back in the abdominal area. And they would tell me, Naria, I feel like everything's coming here. I would review their in-body, and their lean body mass was just so low for their new weight. So essentially what happened was they gained the weight back but the muscle that they lost was not regained. All the weight that they gained back, or most of it, I would even say like 90% of it, maybe even more, was just body fat. So what that means, friends, is that the inflammation in their body higher, the risk for insulin resistance, prediabetes, diabetes higher, risk for fatty liver higher, risk for gut issues higher. None of them, or not most of them, weren't meeting their fiber goal either, friends. So I would get a lot of, "Nari, I feel constipated. Nari, I feel this, I feel that." And I go back to, how is your diet? How is your physical activity routine? And if those aren't good, then I'm not expecting the best results here. You see, friends, at first I had a lot of hope with this medication because of what I was told from the companies. And I'm not saying that it can't be successful. I am just sharing my experience and my experience with thousands of human beings. This isn't like 100 or 500 or even 1,000 or 2,000 people. I'm talking about thousands of people. I've seen a lot of it in person. To moving forward now, I explain the risks to everyone of the weight loss medication. There's benefits, weight loss, but here are the risks. You need to know the whole story. And I'm just going to share my personal experience of what I've seen. You can decide what you do. But if you take it or if you don't, you still have to have a healthy diet and you still have to be active. And I'm going to tell you, if someone chooses to take the medication and they choose to work with me, I am very transparent that I'm going to be a lot stricter with them. With the diet and the physical activity, I need to make sure that you are going to prioritize physical activity. I need to make sure you're going to prioritize protein and fiber. If not, I don't think we're going to be able to work together because I know what's going to happen. I've seen it too much, and ethically, I'm not okay with that. If other providers are, good for them, but not really. I'm personally not. So now let's get right into the episode of the day. You see, one of the things that Ozempic could do, it can slow digestion. No, it does slow digestion. That's why you feel more satiated throughout the day. Well, is your gut health happy with that? No, your digestive health is not going to be happy. If everything's moving a little bit slower, that's not good. We want everything to be moving nice and in a steady pace, not too slow. I had a lot of, or get a lot of individuals that take the medication and say, "No, I just feel too full. I'm starting to have some type of like, it feels just kind of stuck there." Yeah, because it's delayed gastric emptying. It's just kind of hanging in there for a little bit. And that's what's keeping you full. But by keeping you full, you're not meeting, or most likely you're not meeting your protein and your fiber goal. And if you add you're not active, that's not a good combo. Next, what I saw with a lot of individuals is, I'm losing weight without changing my diet. Why would I bother? Why would I bother doing something like that when I'm already losing weight? Well, friends, I just explained to you why you should bother. Because of what can happen with your body composition, and regaining that muscle for most people is so difficult. Next, for most people who are taking this medication, they're really starving their gut microbes, because remember, gut microbes feed on prebiotics, on fiber. And most individuals, not only are they not meeting their fiber goal when they're not on these GLP medications, but when they are, even less. So typically, when people aren't on this medication, they have about 10 grams or less of fiber a day. So just imagine individuals on the medication, how much fiber they're eating a day when they're supposed to have 30 to 40 plus grams a day. What are those microbes eating? They're starving. And those microbes are literally in control of your entire being. Like, what? Next, like I mentioned, most people not only regained their weight, but they regained extra. Why? Because they lost muscle. Muscle is connected to your metabolism. So basically, their metabolism slowed down. So instead of just gaining those 50 pounds back, they gained about 55, maybe 58. So about 6, maybe 8 more pounds. And to lose those 56, 58 pounds, not fun, not fun. You see, friends, for most people who are taking this medication, in my experience, weight regain is almost inevitable if they don't change their diet and physical activity. And I don't think most individuals believe that until they experience it. They feel like, "Oh, I lost the 50 pounds. I'm not going to regain all that." You will if you stop the medication and you didn't change your diet. I've seen it way too much. I would say out of 10 people that I saw, 9.9 regained the weight. I can't even recall one person right now that didn't regain the weight. That's that's sad. So if you're kind of on the fence of, should I start the medication or not, you need to talk to your provider and get the good and the bad of the medication. You've heard on my side of my experience. I'm sure there's other providers and other experiences. Make sure you do your research. But for me personally, I've seen enough negative that I'm very, very careful with it. I can't even remember the last time I recommended it at this point. I'm almost scared to recommend it to people because of what I've seen. I feel like I'm almost tricking them into something and like into almost of the delusion that if you take this, it's going to work. And again, this is from my experience. There's maybe other providers that have seen so much success keeping that lean body mass. This is only my experience, guys. So if you're on the fence and you're thinking, let me wait, here are a few things you can do to start your gut health weight management journey in a healthy way. Number one, prioritize your protein, friends. I'm telling you, find out what your protein goal is and meet it every single meal, every single day. Protein is so good for satiety. Next, fiber. If you're my follower, you know I'm preaching about fiber because it's that important for digestive health, weight loss goals, insulin resistance prevention. Guys, fiber is key. Try to aim for to get at least 30 grams of fiber a day. For most of my one-on-one patients, I try to get them to over 50 grams a day because we really want to feed those microbes. Unless they have certain digestive issues, then we may not need to just hold our horses. Focus on predictability. Have your same meals at the same time every day. Aim for 3 balanced meals, and your last meal, dinner, should be about 4 hours before bed to allow your digestive system to relax. You don't want to have a big heavy meal and go right to bed. That's going to cause havoc in your digestive system. Try to have breakfast that's high protein, high fiber within the first hour of waking. Have a nice balanced lunch, nice balanced dinner, and call it a day. Limit snacks. For most individuals, I know I get some athletes here and there may be a little bit different, but for most individuals, 3 balanced meals do the trick. Lastly, friends, be active, please. Like, get your 8, 10 plus thousand steps a day. Do strength training. Do strength training at least 3 times a week. Really build that muscle. Your muscle is going to help your metabolism. It's going to help your weight loss goals. It's going to prevent insulin resistance. It's going to do so much for you. And if you only do 30 minutes 3 times a day, that's a wonderful start. But you need to start today, especially if you want to lose weight in a healthy way and you want to be mindful of your gut and your digestive health. You need to be active. There's no other way around it. Even myself, I have to be active. I'm human too. I get tired. Sometimes I get cold and I don't feel like it. I want to Netflix and chill. But I know if I Netflix and chill too much, when I get into my 50s, 60s, 70s, I'm going to feel tired, fatigued, and I'm going to have the complaints that most people do because they did not strength train. They did not change their diet. They just took it day by day and just really planted on the couch or on their bed. And we don't want that. In conclusion, friends, Ozempic is a tool. It's not a long-term fix. It may work for some individuals. It may not work for others. In my experience, I've seen more harm than not. But again, that's only in my experience. In general, you're going to have to change your diet. You're going to have to be active if you really want a true healthy body. Don't think of it as how I look in the outside, but how am I inside? But I'm curious, comment below if you're using these GLP-1 medications and what your experience was. I'd love to know. As usual, I hope you found value in this episode. Until next time, friends. Bye.